Linus Wilson. On the Linus Wilson channel, we've been covering the Witcher game and Netflix series, and Ghost of Tsushima looks like the closest thing to the Witcher 3 I have seen come out in 2020. I got a PlayStation 4, the last PlayStation 4 exclusive, and so you can't use this on PC. I'm a PC gamer. I'm a PC user. But we're going to play it on the PlayStation 4, and planning on doing a Let's Play starting when it comes out on Friday the 17th. But we got the critic reviews right now, and they're not perfect. They're a little bit lower than the 9.3, I think, Metacritic that they gave for that trashy game, or a lot of people think it's pretty trashy, The Last of Us Part 2. But I guess you got to think about it is that Ghost of Tsushima doesn't tick off any of the social justice warriors things. It's got a male protagonist, no hint of a lesbian relationship in it so far, so it's going to lose a point for that. But anyways, I think that it's actually probably the Metacritic is going to be in line. We don't know. I've not played it. I wanted to play it early, but I didn't get the chance. But I think what we're going to find is it's a short game. It's, by all accounts, it's a short game. I think Yong Yea said he played it through for 36 hours, and he did some side quests. So, and I think that they said it was like 40 hours. I think that's with side quests. So it's really the length for your $60 or $70 if you get the digital deluxe edition like I did. You're going to get about 40 hours of gameplay, I think, or maybe less if you're a shorter player. I play things longer, so I'm sure I'll get more. But I don't think it's going to be a super long game. I think it's going to be similar to Blood and Wine DLC in length, right? Just the Toussaint portion of the Witcher game. A lot of people call this the Assassins Creed Japan. It seems from the gameplay mechanics that I've heard this explained that it's more like the old Assassin's Creed than the new Assassin's Creed. So new Assassin's Creed is very similar to the way the Witcher 3 plays, where you have damaged sponges, whereas there's a lot of one-hit kills here if you play the controls right, but it's complicated. There's a lot of different stances you need to play and all these different things. So that and the way that you advance is not by doing more damage, but getting more stances and ways to kill your enemies. Not so much that your damage stats go up. So this is not going to be /// typically. Most of your foes are going to be one or two hits if you hit them right. If you hit them wrong, then it's not going to do much damage at all. So the other thing is the issue of the story, right? So Witcher is deep into lore. They've got a 7-book series, something like that. I guess maybe 8, to base their whole story on. This is really, if you look at the Ghost of Tsushima, it is based on Sucker Punch, the Seattle-based developer wholly owned by Sony. It's based on their love of the Kurosawa films without kind of the content there. There is some historical background, but they're not going to follow the history too much. It takes place in 1274 Japan. Witcher's 1272, by the way, in a different world. It says that there's a Mongol invasion, the Kublai Khan. I love the Kublai Khan. I loved the series I think it was on Netflix, of Marco Polo with Kublai Khan. But we're not going to see Kublai Khan. We're going to see his henchmen invading Japan, the Mongols. And it's really, I think it's just the core of the story. Everything I've heard so far is like kill the Mongols, right? Kill all the Mongols, and then you're done, right? Kill the Mongol general, and it's the end of the story. This is the first Mongol invasion of Tsushima Island and feudal Japan. But it's not anywhere close to historical accurate from everything I've heard, but it has some backdrop of history, that there were Mongols, there was a Tsushima Island, it was invaded, and there were samurai, although they may not completely get the customs right. Or the fighting style or the weapons. But it's going to be cool, and I think the gameplay is going to be cool. I think it's going to be a beautiful open world. There's a little bit of upgrade progression out there. Supposedly it's pretty easy to progress into advancements in your character, there's not a whole lot of crafting there, but there is a kind of upgrade system for your armor and weapons, and you could maybe get different skins for that, but it's not going to be on the level of like Assassin's Creed or Assassin's Creed's Odyssey or Witcher 3 or anything, and I don't think the open world is going to be anywhere close to their size or that of Valhalla, which is coming out on November 17th, I believe, 2 days before CD Projekt Red comes out with their Cyberpunk. I'm not planning on covering Cyberpunk. I am planning on covering Valhalla. I think the viewers on this channel really liked the live streams about the last season, part 1 of the Vikings, and I think they're going to really like Valhalla. I think you look at Sucker Punch's Ghost of Tsushima. I think it's much more beautiful than Valhalla. I think Valhalla, kind of graphically, from what I've seen from their release event this week, it doesn't look as good as Witcher, right? And I'm not sure that it looks better than Odyssey either. So I don't think it's an advance in terms of graphics in the way that I think that Ghost of Tsushima is. But it's not. I think it's going to give you a lot more gameplay. I think a lot more people are going to play it. So we'll see. I'm excited about it. Subscribe to this channel so you can see our Let's Plays and tips and tricks. Once we get an idea of what's going on in this game, we'll come out with some more tips and tricks videos. We got tips and tricks videos for The Witcher 3. They're still coming out. They should continue to go through September, and maybe I'll make some more if I can think of some really good ones. All right. Good luck on the path. Be a good samurai. Bye-bye.